Okay, meeting of the Board of Estimate, myself, Alderman Massey are present, along with Lenore Liz, the city treasurer, city clerk Rick McCormick, Alderman Kleiner, and Raylyn Berthoff from Commissioner of Parks and Recreation, or superintendent. Okay, item 1, Jacob's not here, so why don't we skip over that until he gets in here. Skip down to, I guess page 1 is the Tawil amendments, so half of page 2. We'll skip down to item 6. The Recreation Department is requesting the Board of Estimate approval for Fred Isaacs to use the Kiwanis Shelter for the Middletown High School graduation, Middletown High School class of 60s and 70s reunion on August 6, 2022, and allow the use of alcohol to be served during the event. I think the term alcohol should be beer, right?
Yes, just beer.
Just beer. And there will be we've done this in the past for them.
Yes.
And you have the insurance on that
Yes.
you will
Yep,
be
it was
supplying?
submitted.
And that's been cleared through Mr. Townsend?
Yes.
And from what I recall in the past, there had to be someone trained in dispensing of alcohol. So we'll put that in the permit.
Yes.
The
Yep.
conditions. All right, so a motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Massey. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, Mr. Tawil has graced us with his presence.
Yes, sir.
So we can go back to the agenda. Do you have anything else, Raylan?
Number 7.
7? Why don't we do that and get,
Yeah.
so you can leave then.
That'd be great.
Recreation and Parks has given a donation in the amount of $615 to the American Lung Association for Power Against Tobacco. Finding Nemo Movie Night. Raylan is requesting the Board of Estimate accept the donation and place it in special programs and material supplies.
So moved.
So moved by Massey, seconded by myself. And that is for the cost of the film, correct?
Film cost and snacks.
Good. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you. All right, item 1, Jacob Tawil requesting the Board of Estimate approval to amend the contract with CDM Smith for the review of the town on way beyond the Dolson Town Corridor Development, DGEIS, increasing from $25,000 to $50,000, and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract. CDM has spent $35,000 to review. It must be Boston math. They were authorized for $25,000, but they spent $35,000, correct?
Yeah, they exceeded the
I guess they
authorization
did.
by $10,000,
What is the projected,
50. So we're asking for
we don't
another.
expect them to come back again because the initial review is over, correct? Unless
No.
we want to litigate.
No, Mayor. What happened is we send a letter, and now they are required, town of Wawayanda, they are required to get back to us in writing.
Right, but
Answer-
that'll be the other 15,000 will be to
Exactly.
review their comments.
Exactly.
But I mean, this is not going to keep snowballing into $25,000.
When we tell them to stop, we stop. I mean, but we expect the $15,000 to cover
Their review of,
their
the-
review of whatever comments. If Wawayanda says, show us why we did this and why we did that and why you need this and why you need that, it will be up to us to decide to tell CDM
How far we wanna
Smith,
go.
go ahead, do some more research or do some more work and we'll pay you for it.
okay.
So it's we're in control of what you need to do. It's up to you guys.
But the basic response has already been submitted and.
Yes,
and
sir.
we're in good shape.
Yes, sir.
All right, motion by myself,
Second.
second by Mr. Massey. Any further questions? All in favor? Aye. Jacob Tawil requesting to authorize the treasurer to transfer 25 from fund balance to cover the additional cost for the Dolson Down Corridor development review. What did we do on the first one?
Yeah, it would have been all in one.
Oh, it's 1A, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is the resolution.
Right.
All right, so we've already voted on that. Item 2, as you're aware, the city water taking permit issued by the DEC has several conditions that must be implemented per a defined timeline. Some of the permit conditions requires the city to install water meters and stream flow gauges at city reservoirs. The enclosed report from CDM Smith evaluated different meters and gauges, and they make a recommendation to select Trimble for equipment at Mill Pond and Indigo in the amount of $30,000. Equipment will be purchased under the Sourcewell contract and will be installed by DPW. The remainder of the flow meters and gauges at Kinch and Shawanga are being included in 2 capital projects for the upgrade of both Kinch and Shawanga Dam. So he's requesting a transfer of funds from water fund balance to water contractual of $30,000.
So moved.
Motion by Massey, second by myself. Anything to add to the explanation, Jacob?
No, you said it all, Mayor, what you read. Basically, we need to install those meters and gauges at Mill Pond and Indigo whenever we are withdrawing water from it.
The answer was no, right? When I said nothing,
Nothing,
To add to
nothing,
that,
Your
right?
Honor. Yeah, you got it.
right, Mr. Massey? Did you concur with that?
Being that I wrote what you just read, you took the words out of my mouth.
All right. All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Item 3, Jacob Tweel requesting authorization for a bond resolution in the amount of, $8,500,000 for the construction of the raw water line replacement from Kinch Reservoir to Shawanga Reservoir. The bond resolution is required in order for the city to apply for the grant through New York State SRF. If successful, the grant will fund 60% of the project, up to a maximum of $5 million. WIIA grant application submission deadline is September 9th and will require secret completion and adoption of the bond resolution. Mr. Tom Myers, our bond counsel, must be involved in the formulation of the bond resolution as recommended by SRF. All right, now, so if it's 65%, would you say 60 or 65%?
60%, Mayor. Yeah.
60% of 5 million, that means then the city's committing to
60%.
40% of 5 million,
No, 8.5 million.
8.5 million, Joe.
but
8.5 million.
100% of 3.5 million and 40% of 5 million.
Yeah, we're requesting $8.5 million, 60% of which will be about $5 million,
Okay, so,
which is the grant. So that's why the
did I
project.
read
we-
that wrong? Hold on.
Yeah, so that's why we build up the project. 100% of the project
So the grant
will be
is,
8.5.
the grant money is eligible up to 5 million.
Up to $5 million.
Okay, not,
exactly.
not a cap on the project cost.
Exactly,
All right.
exactly.
So 60% of the 8.5 million will be fundable.
Yeah,
So our question is whether we want to pursue this with it, knowing that we're going to have a commitment of 40% somewhere down the road.
yes, and we have to make that decision now.
We don't have to make that decision now. Final commitment, correct?
Yeah, you can pass the bond resolution.
Right.
And for whatever reason, you said, because you and I discussed it, and you said, listen, I gotta really see we gotta evaluate
wanna look at
everything.
our debt
So
issues.
we do the bond resolution right now, and if something happens in there, our finances do not work out, and they award us the grant, then we say we'll decline it.
Right.
They can't force
So
us.
that's why, Leonora, what are we doing when we pass a bond resolution? We're not borrowing the money, it doesn't affect our bond, it doesn't affect our debt, our fund balance, nothing, correct?
No, we just have to have a bond resolution in place in order to even start the project.
Okay.
You're not gonna borrow the funds.
Okay.
You're not committing the funds.
All right, I just want to get that all on the record. I'm pretty sure that's what we're on. All right, so motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Massey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You whispering, please, sir?
So I'm off the record, Your Honor.
Oh, you're back off the record or on the record?
I'm on the record right
All right,
now.
thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Jacob Tweel requesting the Board of Estimate the approval of the enclosed proposal from CPL dated July 22nd, 22, in order to place concrete monuments at the newly created lot for the Mountain Avenue tank. Part of the new lot is being purchased from the Carmelites is in the town of Walk Hill. The requested fee of $3,500 will be funded from the available project line, which is an existing capital account, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so motion by myself.
That's the Mountain Avenue water storage tank replacement.
Right. So you're familiar with the line? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 5 of the Tweel agenda. Jacob Tweel requesting approval of the attached proposal from CPL dated July 22nd for the High Barney Water Storage Tank for a survey and easements for the execution by the property owner to ensure continuous access to High Barney Tank site from Karen Drive. The requested amount is $4,000 and will be funded through the capital project line. Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Massey. Pretty straightforward. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Items 6 and 7 were taken care of earlier in the meeting. Item 8, the police department received the below listed donations from local businesses supporting National Night Out Against Crime. The chief is asking the Board of Estimate permission to accept these donations and to police donation revenue line, total of $1,500, $250 from Amber Sub, $250 from the Middletown Professional Firefighters Association, and $1,000 from the Middletown Housing Authority LP. Total of $15,000. Motion by
So moved.
Mr. Massey, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 9 is resolution amending resolution number 98-22. The police department received below the list of donations from local businesses supporting Crime Night Out. Chief is requesting the Board of Estimate permission to accept these donations into the police revenue line account. And that includes Heritage Financial Credit Union of $250, Kiwanis Club of Middletown $250, Appleby McPhillips $250, Middletown Professional Car Wash $300, and Nycomco $200. Motion to receive those
So moved.
by Massey, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 10, Police Department received a donation of $1,000 from the Animal Health Center for the purpose of supporting youth programs and events. Chief is requesting the board accept the donation into the police donation revenue line, 270506, for $1,000.
So moved.
Moved by Massey, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Um,
Okay.
seeing, what is 5A, are you looking at the agenda?
Typo, so that's part of 10.
That's part of 10? Okay. Item 11, Police Department received a $250 donation from the Middletown Lions Club for the Junior Police Academy. So accepting the donation and placing into the donation budget line. Motion by
So moved.
Massey, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
And 12, so 6A is out too, right? All right, item 12, Police Department received the below listed donations from local businesses supporting National Crime Out. Chief requesting permission to accept these donations and to the police revenue line. Boyce Excavating, $1,000, Middletown Lions Club, $250. Motion by
So moved.
Massey, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item 13, Sergeant Welch has applied for a grant from Walmart for $2,500 to assist in planning and scheduling of vendors at our annual Kids Day and Night Out Against Crime events. The funds have been awarded, and Chief is requesting the Board of Estimate add that to the donation line. Requesting to authorize the treasurer to increase the community expense line by the same amount. What are we doing here that's different than the others? We're appropriating the money?
Right, so the donations, in order for, it's gonna be put into the revenue lines, and then they're increasing the expense line so that they can use the funds
Okay.
appropriately.
And the others were not expense lines, they were donation lines?
It was the same thing,
Okay,
in the same lines.
okay,
So that we're increasing the revenue to receive the donations and increasing the expense line.
okay. Motion by
So moved.
Massey, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14, city entered into an intermunicipal agreement with the County of Orange and approved by the Common Council in March 2022 for Stop DWI funding for the contract dates of March 12th through January 22 through January of 23. Chief was notified for the second enforcement period. Funding has been awarded in the amount of $4,806. Therefore, requesting the authorization to the treasurer to add this fund to the Stop DWI budget line within the police department. Motion by Massey, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 15, Leonore Liz requesting the Board of Estimate authorization to transfer $4,000 of ARPA funds to cover the remaining cost of COVID-related expenses. $4785, $2,500 to AFG 88,900, and $1,500 from 4785 to 1325 account and that's for reporting, financial reporting hours from February through July. That's for Don, financial report, and what is the 2,500 for?
That's the RBT.
RBT, okay, I see it, okay. Okay, motion by myself, seconded by Mr.
Second.
Massey. Any further questions?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Leonora Liz is requesting for the Board of Estimate to authorize the mayor to sign the attached agreement with CPI HR to provide services to the city with respect to Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Massey. Just give us a minute on that, Leonora. That's a standard thing we started doing a few years ago, if I remember. It's mandated.
Yes, it's mandated. We do our reportings for health benefits with them. So they just make sure that what we, like they do our auditing in regards to making sure that our employees are covered with health insurance, and that includes our part-timers as well.
Okay. All right, motion by myself, seconded by Massey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we have a couple Board of Estimate requests for water adjustments. One is 49 Commonwealth Avenue. The Board of Estimate met on 6/16. They tabled the request for the adjustment, looking for additional information. The homeowner says he's a new homeowner and wasn't aware he needed to use a City of Middletown licensed plumber. To summarize the situation, the finance sent the homeowner a leak notice, and he found the outside faucet froze and broke, which has left water running. He hired Phoenix Construction, which he got through Home Depot to make the repair. The home is new with limited consumption history. Consumption should be around 32,000 gallons for the September bill. There is a billing attached. We usually impose somewhat of a little bit of a penalty, so reduce it down to 40,000 gallons.
That's fine.
Okay, motion by myself, seconded by Massey. Reduce to 40,000 gallons for the period 4/1/22, the billing period. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Second item was 225 Dulcin Avenue, special school. Apparently the property is being sold, and when the broker showed the property, he didn't realize the client used the bathroom and the toilet was running until he returned 10 days later.
Home Depot bill. Wow.
Toilet flapper is there. Is it an empty building? It's that big office building over there, right? Are they individually metered there, Jacob? 225 Dulcin.
Dolson.
Isn't that next to the office building next to Taco Bell?
Yep.
Look it up, because in all the previous, the building's occupied, I know,
25 Dawson, you said?
and they're using like minimum water, 55 gallons. Like, going back, to 2018, there's hardly any water usage on, I don't know if it's a separate meter, but I think we need to do more research on it and see.
It is that office building, yes.
Yeah, but is it possible they all has, each office had separate meters?
To be honest with you, I don't know.
All right, well, why don't you look into it, because it seems to be a problem, if not, that they're not being,
I think the building's pretty much occupied.
yeah, Gene Grillo's office is in that building. There's other offices in that building.
Orange County Soil.
Yeah, yeah.
Foundation is there.
But for them to use 50 gallons of water for a whole 4-month period, that's going back to 2018.
Something's not right.
Something, but it might be the office too. I don't know, but Or it might be what we experienced at Crawford, where meter issues. All right, so we'll table that for further consideration. Or clarification, not consideration, clarification. Motion to table that one?
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, anything else come forward to Board of Estimate?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.